All right. We're sliding in, brothers.
Big Dick's back in town.
Sliding into 2024.
Where?
Here we go. My God. So, is this our New Year's? Is this our New Year's episode? Is this what it's gonna be?
This is going to be our last episode of 2023.
Yeah.
Shutting it down. Shutting down our first calendar, not the full year, but our first calendar year of podcasting, which is wild. Like, people have been sticking with us for now 37 weeks. Props to y'all.
Props to y'all.
Especially when we enter like this. And last week, whenever I just burped,
just belted on the mic, just belted. My God, me and Taylor were literally talking about like the difference between like dudes and mics in our podcast, and like there's no difference now. We are men with mics at this point.
Oh yeah, we always have.
We always have been. No experts here, just bros.
Hoes.
I lost it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
For those of you that don't know, I'm Hayley.
Oh yeah, and I'm Sam.
And this is the plus size section.
The plus size section.
The plus size section.
I always act like I'm gonna put music behind that part, but I never do. I always do it before. It never happens after. Just so you know.
I don't think that ever registered with me. So it's like, what are we doing?
I don't know. Because sometimes we don't do it. So I'm like, why am I gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I think about that.
ASMR on them folks. Okay. All right. Okay. We're doing New Year's resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a fun little spiritual thing for the spiritual girlies that listen to us. Spiritual girlies. Twinkle, twinkle.
Girlie.
In numerology, New Year's is actually on your birthday.
Fuck with that.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of times we have problems. Like the spiritual reason behind a lot of times why people like fail on their New Year's resolutions is because it's not your new year. Your new year is your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
But my birthday was in September, and I feel like things kind of went downhill. And then now they're going back uphill, but they went downhill.
Yeah, like to rock bottom in the band in real life. Just
Yeah.
Is that why I get sad right before my birthday every year?
Probably. And you're just a Pisces moon, so
okay. Honestly though, that's fair. There's usually some Scorpio energy floating around that time too. So it's just, I love Scorpios, but it's big angry water. I just can't. It's so much.
I can't. Scorpios break my heart. I can't do it. I can't
love them as people, but it's hard. Also, I wouldn't want to live that existence. But
no,
I think all three of my sister-in-laws are Scorpios, so fuck with that.
All three of them?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Jax's sister and her wife definitely are Scorpios, and I think his brother's wife is, but I haven't met her yet, so
okay,
not entirely sure.
All right.
They met in Japan.
That's cool. Fun fact. Yeah, I like Scorpios. I always fall for Scorpios. Like I want to be friends with them, and then they end up like the breakup's always terrible. So I'm like, now I'm just trying to like avoid them. Other than like Ryan's a Scorpio, and I have a deep love for Ryan as like my big bro. So,
oh, that's the guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the one that everyone was simping for.
Yeah.
Is he down to come on the pod or no?
He's down. He's down to come on the podcast. So he's down. Yeah. Yeah,
Bringing
that's
the
the
men
thing.
in 2024.
Bringing the men in 2024. Yeah, he's down to be on it. I'm excited to have him on. And he's going to give us his perspective on like what it was like growing up like as a male and having the, weight discrimination experiences being big and then going from like nobody noticing you and people picking on you to being like catcalled in Home Depot and catcalled in my friend group, I should have never posted him on TikTok. Now all my friends are like, "Huh, that's one breedable man right there." Like, disgusting. Like, I get Bubba with this man. This is my Bubba buddy. And you're calling him breedable.
Is he submissive though?
Mhm. I know.
No, like the TikTok joke, submissive and breedable. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to
Oh,
sexualize him. It was just right there, the TikTok joke.
I haven't seen that TikTok joke.
Oh my God, it's like really old. So
Is
maybe that's
it?
why.
Damn, I missed it.
And that people look submissive and breedable today.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That was
Jesus.
that was a thing when we were still friends with the person who brought us together. Because they
I
used to say
wonder
it.
because one of the people that said he was breedable is part of that group. So I wonder if it was a joke from that and I just didn't get the joke.
I bet that's what it was.
Oh my god. I bet that's what it was, because when I was telling Taylor about this, I was like, "Dude, like, how gross, like, why?" And she was, like, laughing, like, she thinks it's funny because, like, Ryan's family thinks that, like, she's the breedable one because she's tall and slender and she's a, athlete, so they're like, "Yeah, let's get a D1 athlete out of these 2," like,
I
the
mean, he's
prettiest
tall too.
babies.
So
He's so tall. They're both so tall. They're both so tall,
yeah.
so athletic. But she has, like, really porcelain, like, alabaster skin, and I'm like, "Who looks like this?" Like, everyone in the group was like, "Who is this? Like, is this a
Yeah.
person?" And I'm like, "This is an elf. That's an elfin wizard, guys." Like, I don't know.
Amazing.
Amazing. But yeah, so
We'll have to get our boys on the pod in 2024. I think I'm finally ready
are you ready?
to
Brian's
try and figure
been
that out.
ready.
Oh, I know. He was ready too early for me. Because
He
I
was
was like,
ready.
running an episode by myself.
You
But
can do it.
maybe we could like, I don't know. If you can have Ryan on, then maybe we could have both the hubs on. We could have a
Probably.
foursome.
I think we could because especially if you get a new mic, you'll
Yeah.
have 2 mics and I'll have 2 mics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 mics, 1 pod.
4 mics. One fucking pod. And then we could play games like on Ladies and Tangent.
We could. I haven't
I
made it
like
through one
that.
of their episodes yet, but that would be cool.
It's good. Well, even Naughty Pod, shout out to Naughty Pod. We love you guys.
Yeah, you
Um,
guys are cool.
they
The
play
Smasher
games too.
Pass.
I know.
We should do that.
I'm loving their games. I love the red flags and the green
Yeah.
flags. I love it.
Yeah, we absolutely should do that. Because I love getting to just do silly shit. Like that's
Yes.
what the Reddit stories are for me and like would you rather? So I definitely want to do
Yeah.
more stuff like that.
I love it. Okay, we're gonna be strategic in 2024, guys. We're gonna have fun.
Mhm.
That's actually when we get to our resolutions, I'm gonna name drop one of mine. One of my resolutions is to have more fun.
Hell yeah.
Just be
Do that.
silly, goofy Sam. Right?
Mhm.
Right?
SGS.
You did that so fast. My goodness.
Is that fast?
To me?
Okay.
Yes. I have a 30-second like buffer brain.
Hi.
Just put like a
Maybe
wheel
it's
around
just
me.
my old skills from mental math coming in.
Oh my god. Call them brainy Smurf over here. Goodness.
Put your boots on. It's getting beat.
My
Hey,
brain heard put your boobs on, and I was like, they didn't say that. They didn't
I
tell me
wish
to strap my tits in. Like,
I could take my boobs off.
God.
Like like to sleep
Oh my
or to
god, wouldn't it
like
be
if you're
amazing?
laying on your stomach. Oh, that'd be great.
Yes. I used to
Just take
think
them
that
off and
only
hang them over the bed.
right. Oh, that'd be amazing. Could you have you seen those TikToks of that chick? She's like peeling a like face mask off, but it looks like skin, and she's telling her freaking dude that, like, she's just doing her monthly shed, and he looks like everything he knows is a lie. He's
Oh
like,
my
"What do you
god.
mean?" She's like,
Just
"No." Yeah, like, she's so casual about it's amazing. It's an
that's so
amazing
funny.
TikTok. My best. I used to be, like, jealous of, like, how men sleep because I'm like, "Fucking they don't have tits, like, what an asshole." But
Mhm.
then, like, I'll randomly hear Brian be like, "Oh, I rolled my nut." And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah."
What in the Ariana Grande has been going on? You're yelling all over the place.
I'm yawning really fast. This right here okay, I don't even know why I did that.
Is my
Anyways, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a good one. Yeah.
rope sorry.
My god.
That's where
Okay.
my brain has been today.
Yeah. See? Damn it. Okay. Thank God. I am so sorry, you guys, that have listened to 37 episodes of this, but we are so grateful for you for being here.
We won't stop.
Um,
Expect more of this in 2024. We'll
yeah, because
serve like a harmonica.
we're gonna have more fun. So. Ooh, okay. Did you know that I'm trying to like get back on track. Did you know that most people get up? Oh my God. Most people give up on their I'm not gonna look at you. Give up on their New Year's resolutions by the end of the week. 23%.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I feel like
Can you
from a huh?
I was gonna say, can you name a New Year's resolution that you can you name a New Year's resolution that you gave up on?
Oh, losing weight.
Oh
Like
my God, yeah. That was
like
such an
for
easy
like 10
serve.
years straight.
That was such an easy fucking serve, dude.
That and working out. Like,
Yeah.
especially in
Oh,
college, I
yeah.
was gonna wake up and go to the gym because, tuition paid for that membership to the rec. I would wake up at like 5 AM 2 days in a row. That was but like from a world perspective, like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that New Year's resolutions happen in like the dead of winter because everybody's sleepy and like animals are hibernating, plants have died, shit's
Right.
going dormant. And we're trying to like reinvigorate ourselves whenever we're coming off of like holiday food belly and just want to curl up and sleep. Like that is it sets us up for failure, I feel
It
like.
sets us up for failure. No, it does.
Mhm. And
Yes.
people make it out like, you know, s- major drastic change is the way to success when it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Small
No.
incremental changes over a
Oh
long
God.
period of time.
I know. I hate that.
I do too.
There's like a saying about like something something steps to something something momentum. I don't know.
I
There's
don't
like
know.
a it's like a saying. It kills me every time someone says it. My therapist says it, and I'm like, my ADD or ADHD, whatever you want to call it now, hates what you just said. I'm an all in and then
Mhm.
all out girly. Like,
Well, we literally can't form habits. Like how they used to say it's like 3 or 4 weeks to form a habit. It's not. You have
yeah.
to actively think about it.
Yes.
Even something that you've been doing for 30 plus years, like brushing your teeth. I have to think of that every day.
Yes.
Like I have to get up off the toilet from my morning poop and be like, it's time to brush my teeth. And there
Right.
are days that I don't think of it.
Right. Oh,
I've been doing
valid.
it for
Same.
decades.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I have to, like, I'm finding it easier to stick to a routine only because I'm mimicking Brian's routine. So it's like
Yes.
I
That's
have
such a good
someone
idea.
there. Yeah, because he gets up at 6 a.m. every morning. I
Yeah.
get up now at 6 a.m. every morning with him. He brushes his teeth. I brush my teeth. He brushes his teeth at night. I brush my teeth at night because I'm like, oh, it's time to brush our teeth. Like I'm just beep bopping, just following him on his fucking routine.
I think you just cracked the code. You're just mirroring.
I'm just
Granted,
mirroring.
granted, I don't the thing is that I like to stay up later than Jax though. So I'm not going to bed at like I know you guys go to bed like 9 PM most nights.
Yeah.
That's never been me. Cause not only can I not keep a habit, I am a delayed circadian rhythm ass bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
my time to shine is at like midnight or
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
If I could wake up at 10 a.m. to noon every day and stay up till midnight or 2 a.m., unstoppable.
That's what I
I feel
used
fucking great.
Yeah, that's how it used to be, and I felt terrible
Oh,
because I was
I felt good, but
ugh,
yeah,
yeah,
it felt bad being off of the rhythm of the rest of the world.
right.
But that's a whole other thing. Like waking up at 6 a.m., you could stop it tomorrow and, the habit forming or lack thereof,
Oh, yeah, it's done, it's done,
Yeah.
yeah. In my head, I'm telling myself, "Oh, you've been doing this for 14 days, you've been doing this for 15 days," like, "Honey, you're never gonna form the habit. You're always
Hmm.
you're gonna be counting for 562 days." You know what I mean? Like, it's still you're still
Yep.
gonna, like, stop it. Like, even tonight, like, I normally do go to bed with him at 9 now
Hmm.
because I'm not trying to stay up, but I am gonna stay up because I wanna get the podcast edited so that I can write this week,
Yeah.
but it's like even that little dip, that variation, it's like, "Well, are you actually gonna get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow? We'll
Yeah.
see. Are you gonna
You're gonna have
sleep
to
till
claw your way
9?"
back. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Relatable.
Well, it makes me feel better that 43% of people that try to stick to resolutions, they quit by the end of January.
Yep.
Done. And then
There are
only
people.
those are our people. Like, when I was going to Planet Fitness, which is, like, just fucking terrible, you could see the boom. Like,
Hmm.
nobody was there in October, November, and, like, in December, it started getting a little busier, and then in January, it was like, "Who are
Yeah.
all these people?" And then
Hmm.
February, there was no one there, and I was like, "Oh,
Yep.
okay." You know what I mean? And then I stopped going.
Oh yeah. You're like,
Done.
I prove that I'm not like everyone else. And then I
So
quit the
I'm
next day.
yes, yes, exactly. Oh god, exactly. Oh, so good.
And
So
knowing that only 9% complete the resolutions, I don't know if you said that, but now we all know. That honestly is like, it's kind of the same feeling that I had whenever I had my webinar for weight loss surgery. And they said it was like only 5% of people or something could lose more than 50 pounds and keep it off. It was like, well, I can't beat those odds. Like it's almost a relief that
right,
it's like, oh, it's not a failure. I just can't do it
right,
because
right.
no one can.
Well, and you're right. I feel like so many people set these like insane resolutions, and we're gonna get into like how the diet industry capitalizes on that. But
Hmm.
like, dude, like it would always be like you're right. Like I'm gonna lose 50 pounds. I'm gonna go to the gym every day and wake up at 5 a.m. I'm gonna save thousands of dollars this year. Like you don't have the foundation to
Hmm.
even attempt what you're doing. Like
Yeah.
speaking personally, like to myself, speaking personally, like, Sam, you're not gonna save money this month because you're already in debt, babe. Like there's no saving when you're starting in a negative. Like maybe
Yeah.
the resolution should be to pay off your debt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's so, I feel like humans have a really hard time thinking of like the long game.
Yeah.
Like we're trained to want instant gratification now.
Oh, 1,000%. Like the days are gone of like our parents saving up 10 years to go somewhere. Like my parents would save to go on vacation.
Hmm.
What? We can
Yeah.
barely afford peanut butter. It's $7 now, remember?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. Oh, I don't forget. I see the jar of peanut butter in my cupboard every day. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
you son of a bitch.
You delicious bastard.
You delish I can't have peanut butter anymore. Well, I choose not to. I choose not to partake in peanut butter.
Oh, you can't have creamy either?
No, because of the bacteria that's in peanuts that, like, never goes away. It, like,
That's
upsets
right.
my tummy. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I also
I
am
thought it was
avoiding,
a
like,
crunchy thing.
boba too. Yeah, no.
Does boba have bacteria?
So boba has tapioca starch, and I think
Hmm.
that irritates my stomach. I think it's the
Oh,
tapioca. Yeah, I'm trying to
that
be
sucks.
more aware of, like, when I eat something, how I feel afterwards.
That's
We
really
talked about
good.
that,
Yeah.
and I had boba, and, like, my stomach hurt the next day, and
Mm,
I was like,
yeah. That sucks.
"Yeah." It also doesn't help that every restaurant where I live has, like, a B or a C, so we just, like, stay getting salmonella poisoning.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't
But
I didn't know
the
that.
sushi place I had, like, last week, it had a 73, and I was like,
That is
"Ugh."
I am that's the type of place you get worms from.
Yeah, they don't probably got
Speaking from
parasites.
experience. Yep. I've okay, I was like, I know I've said this before.
Forget about your sushi worms.
I will never.
Oh my god. No, I don't eat raw sushi, so we're
Oh.
good there. I eat
Oh, good.
tempura. Tempura.
Mm. Yum,
So
yum.
good. Alright, so speaking of resolutions, what are some of your resolutions? Don't take any of mine.
Well, I can't help that they're all bangers. No, I'm not I the only one that I will take is having more fun, but you already said that one. So,
Mhm.
I I want to try and find a routine that works for me, that is, like, able to be done long term and isn't um, like a routine for, like, the perfect girlies of social media that, like, do 60 hours worth of shit every day. Like, that's not
Mm-mm.
me. I just need to find, like, the basics that I can do every day that makes me, like, not use up all my spoons too.
Yeah.
So otherwise, definitely paying down my debt, recovering from Christmas, being more financially responsible overall, and working to continue to be, like, less codependent, like, continuing to deconstruct that because still a codependent bitch,
Mhm.
even though I've made a lot of progress.
You know, in my book club, we're reading Codependent No More. That will help you.
I have heard that. I've heard of that book.
It's a
And
banger, speaking of bangers, but it's
yes,
it's talking about stepping on your fucking throat, dude.
my therapist has requested that I read The Body Keeps the Score.
Mm-mm.
And I told her that the dude sucks. And she was
Mhm.
like, damn, I didn't know that, but it is a good book. So I was like, you know what? I can afford weekly sessions, so I'll do the audiobook.
Yeah.
So I will have to pay for it. But
Yeah.
I do want to, like, really focus on healing those parts of me and continuing my journey because I feel like after I got on medication and stuff and really I feel like that allowed me to focus a lot more on it and dedicate more energy to it. So I'm just honestly excited to continue. Well, not like, yay, excited, but like excited to see where I'm at in a year
Right.
compared to now.
Yeah. I think even, like, reframing your resolutions of, like, I wanna get out of debt,
Hmm.
I wanna work to get out of debt. I feel like reframing that to being like, I want to heal the internal patterns that keep
Hmm.
pulling me towards debt. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because it's not just like I mean, we both struggle with the same thing. So it's
Yeah.
not just like, "Oh, I wanna not" I wanna be more financially responsible. It's like, "Okay, well, fine." The focus needs to be, like, focusing on the emotional patterns that are causing you to self-harm through finances, which is how my
Yeah.
therapist loves to phrase it.
She's not wrong. I've, I have begrudgingly accepted that, even though my therapist hadn't said that to me. I know that's what I'm doing. It's
Yeah.
really hard to admit. I think that that's definitely a good point though. Working on the wounds that kind of motivate those behaviors. Though I do want to acknowledge like some part of it is like some part of it budgetary limitations. Some
Yeah.
part of it is, you know, existing is kind of hard, paying for shit's kind of hard. And it is absolutely both self-destructive behavior for me and like self-harm through impulsive spending, but it's also I don't have enough money.
Yeah.
And it honestly it feeds itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
so
for
that I
sure.
will work on getting more money as well. Fuck bitches get money, but
You have been fucking bitching trying to get some money. You have.
yeah,
You've been working hard.
I'm gonna keep trying because I will not give up. I can't give
Mm.
up.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, determination. Okay. Okay,
Also,
resilience.
not fall down. What is it? Fall down 7 times, get up 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
We can actually. I don't know if anyone that I work with listens to my podcast, but I cannot give up. And
Yeah.
you're seeing what I'm communicating with my eyeballs. You know
Yeah, I
the
see.
tea.
I can't give up. I won't give up. Like, no,
Well,
I get that. I
but I
get that.
also try to think what else. Definitely want to be more mindful of my food and stuff after Christmas because I've been treating myself. I've been living like I'm I'm not gonna like pass judgment on myself, but I have been just indulging whenever the mood strikes me
Mhm.
in whatever food I might want. And while that's not a bad thing and it's not binging necessarily, I could benefit from more structure in that regard as well. Ever since that tarot card called me the fuck out and was like, get some structure, bitch. I have been really taking a hard look at where I could benefit from structure in my life. And that's also one of them
Yeah.
because I've gotten a little tie.
Hey, we get a little tie-tie. Well, yeah, because it like, I think releasing guilt is such a like for me for sure, like when it comes to resolutions, like trying to live like a guilt-free, shame-free life. It
Hmm.
seems so simple in words, but I feel like as femmes, shame and guilt just surrounds us with everything we do. Like
Hmm.
everything we do.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of that because I am codependent and like reading that codependent more. Unfortunately, it's like a pyramid. It's really disgusting. But it basically talks about you like controlling everything and
Hmm.
then being like basically like resentful that people like aren't grateful for what you've done and
Hmm.
then you become the victim of it and it's like it's just this freaking, like, pattern that I have found in my life that I will, like, shame myself or make myself feel guilty for falling off of a routine or for indulging, and it's like, that's not helping anyone. And
No.
then, like, I get resentful to about, like, myself and then resentful of, like, how I've been treating myself and what I've been doing to myself, and then it's like I'm a victim,
Hmm.
like and it's like, no, like, I don't want to live that life, and the only way to, like, take that away is to, like, remove those emotions tied to that, you know?
Yeah. Totally. I think that's a really good point. One
Yeah.
place that I feel like codependency really shows up for me is like, well, I've worked on it a lot, but like the type of friend that I am and the type of presence I have in people's lives where I felt like I was constantly going above and beyond for people and not getting that back. And it
Yes.
honestly fucking hurt. And it was really
Yeah, dude.
upsetting. And it's like, you know, there should be give and take in relationships, but you also have to be mindful of how much you're giving because you could, if you're giving more than it's fair to you or more than you should, of course people aren't meeting that because you shouldn't have been giving that much in the first place.
Right. Right. Yes. Well, that's, like that's so funny that you said that because literally, like, next week, I think I'm doing rejection for my inner child healing, and that's literally one of the symptoms. Like, literally one of the symptoms is going, like, so above and beyond for people and
Mhm.
then being so upset at them for not returning that, for not giving as much as you have given, and it's literally a rejection wound.
Yep.
We
Are
love
we
it. We
surprised?
no. No, we're not. No, 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 no.
I think
Disgusting.
I'm gonna need to put a disgusting jar out that you put a dollar in every time. Because at this
Mhm.
point, I could buy a new pair of shoes.
Yep.
But I think my last resolution, and it's not even really resolution-y, but I feel like it's a happy one. I want to continue to try and figure out what my real style is. Now that now that I have access to more clothes and, you know, now that I'm kind of like learning who I am. I feel like that's part of it is like learning what I actually like versus like what I just like on other people, but I don't like on myself. Like
Mhm.
skirts.
Yeah,
I
like
like the look of
skirts.
a simple skirt. I don't wear them, so I need to not buy them.
Yeah. I mean, why do that to yourself, you know?
Yep.
But it's hard to, like, feel confident in your clothes and, like, feel like yourself when you don't know yourself. But,
Yeah.
like, you're not gonna be able to get to know yourself if you don't see what works and what doesn't work,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, take both as equal. Like, I feel like people only think that they're making moves when they're, like, seeing benefits, but also, like,
Hmm.
what doesn't benefit you is also a part of, like, the journey, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Of, like, finding out.
Yeah. Failures
So
and setbacks are still growth.
yeah, facts. And like likes are what you like are part of you and also like dislikes, you know? Like I
Hmm.
think people are like, "Oh, like I'm all this," but it's like, okay, what you're not is also like, you know,
Hmm.
a qualifier for like authenticity, I feel like.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at us.
So,
You go.
my resolutions are obviously to have more fun. I'm basically doing this thing like if it isn't fun, it's really not worth doing when it comes to my career and like social media in general. Cause I feel like, and I said this in my group, that I feel like because of the rise of TikTok and billions of us were on it
Hmm.
during COVID and we all kind of blew up in like our little ways, it like created this concept of like everyone has to be a creator. Everyone has to be a content creator because you have this following.
Hmm.
And it's like, this pressure, and it's like, if you don't wanna be a creator, like, you don't have to. At the end of the day, there have been
Yeah.
you know, like, especially as, like, a tarot reader, I feel like online tarot is, like because I'm a tarot reader, it's like you have to do readings every day. You have to do those videos that's like, "He's coming back to you," or, "This was, like, manifested on your FYP," and it's like it just bleh. It creates this, like, reality of,
Hmm.
like this false reality of, like, you won't be a successful something
Hmm.
without an online presence,
Yeah.
and that wasn't there before COVID, you know, before the rise of TikTok. It really wasn't. Like,
Honestly, though. Yeah.
honestly, though, there
I've seen
are
that in my own field too. I'll let you go ahead. You
no,
can.
no, yeah, but, like, it legitimately, like I when I started doing psychic fairs, like, before the pandemic, like, it wasn't even, like, a thing. Like, it
Hmm.
wasn't so many of them have been reading for, like, 20 years, 30 years, and they don't even have an Instagram, you know?
Yeah.
And they have hundreds of clients. They have their own offices and stuff like that. So it was
Yeah.
like it created this false reality of, like, you have to force yourself to be Instagram famous or TikTok famous to be a big professional. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, you don't. You not if you don't want to. If you're not having fun creating content, stop creating content.
Yeah. I fully agree with that. I honestly that has been this specifically has been a thorn in my side for months because as a graphic designer, like whenever I was in college, like it was kind of pushed upon us that, if you get a day job, it's also a good idea to do freelance work and do passion projects like eat, sleep, breathe design, which is great for a lot of people and it works for a lot of people. But on top of that, like you said, we are a product now that we have to sell to people. Like we are creators. We have to talk about why we have value outside of the work that can be seen like with people's eyes.
Yes.
And it is so it's mind it's just like mind numbing because one, if it's a demand, I don't want to do it. Now that I feel
Mhm.
like I have to, that's the last thing I want to do.
Yes.
And it's self-indulgent bullshit that we
Yeah.
have to do that to be seen as valid.
Right.
Like when your work can and should speak for itself. And I feel like that with tarot as well. Like,
Mhm.
of course, people built massive client lists because their work was good, and word of mouth is just as valid as social media. But
Yes.
it's like if you're not internationally renowned on TikTok, people think you're not shit nowadays.
Right.
And
A
that sucks.
1,000%. That sucks. That
Yeah.
sucks that one app set the tone for, like, what is successful in an
Mhm.
industry, and I think it's just bullshit, to be honest, and
Yeah.
I think it, like, creates this domino effect of, like, the type of professionals you're actually getting,
Yeah. It
you
changed
know?
everything. It changed
It
music
changed.
too.
Yes.
Like, music is
Um,
only popular now if it can be made into a TikTok soundbite, and
right.
people are making songs around the sound bites.
Yes, I remember that with Halsey coming on, remember? I don't even know if that was,
Mhm.
like, a gimmick, but her being like, "Listen, like, I'm being forced to come on here, and my label won't release the song unless you guys literally are like, 'Hey, like, we like this song,'" which is crazy
Yeah.
because, like, she's won awards, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean TikTok has to say that your song is good? Like, that's
Yeah.
nuts to me. And
Yeah.
then
That
yeah.
that Jack Harlow song that any Jack Harlow fans don't come for me. The song that samples "Glamorous" by Fergie,
Oh, yeah,
it
yeah,
was,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
last year. Like,
Yeah.
the clip that went out on TikTok, banger. Love.
Yeah.
The whole song itself, kinda mid. Not
Kinda
horrible,
mid.
but mid.
Yeah, even
And, like,
now,
it's yeah.
the one that's blowing up, "I'm
Mhm.
vanilla, baby." You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that was the thing is, like, I, like, kinda during my retreat, I sat down with, like, why I wanted to be a creator. It wasn't why I wanted to be a creator, it was why I was creating content,
Mhm.
and my why was wrong. My why was and I really had to, like, reconstruct it and, like, shift my mindset around it and, like, make it to where, like, I'm creating content because I'm having fun fulfilling my soul's purpose.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm here is because if you see me online, I'm having fun doing what I'm doing and it's in alignment with what I feel like I'm supposed to do while I'm here. And if I veer from that, then I'm like I'm disconnected from it. Like it's not heart-centered anymore.
Yeah.
And then it's like I'm not going to do it. That's why it was so easy for me to stop doing it because I wasn't in alignment with it. Like it didn't feel good. It wasn't what I wanted to do. But like when I got over the initial fear of, like, going live doing readings, like,
Mhm.
my type of readings, not the type of readings that are like, "Oh, like, let me make up the meanings of the freaking cards." Like, no, like, this is what this means, and also, if it doesn't resonate with you, this is a general reading. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not if you give me some context, we can go deeper and I can actually give you some value with this reading. But right now, like it's a one card pool on a general meaning. So I'm gonna give you the
Mhm.
meanings of the freaking card. You assign it to your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure.
And that took the pressure off me to like feel like I had to be this like omnipotent
Mhm.
tarot reader with this gimmicky type of hook. Like, I hated the hooks that was really just feeling, like, really out of alignment with me of, like, having to have a stupid freaking hook, and
Mhm.
if you've seen any content that I've done that I have a hook, like, your girl's trying, but that video probably didn't do well because, like, I didn't even freaking like doing what I was doing, and, like,
Yeah.
energetically, you could feel that, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like coming on, like, making a video today being like, "This is the week's energy, and take it if you want, leave it if you don't." I have, like I the video was, like, 3 minutes long, and Instagram
Mhm.
was like, "We hate this." So I had to cut it down to, like, a minute, and I'm like I literally put in the caption, I'm like, "Sorry, guys, Instagram doesn't let me do a long one," you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm no longer, like, trying to hide or pretend to be, like, this insanely, just proficient content creator, like, I'm not. I'm a person, and I'm
Mhm.
online because that's where I can reach the most people to help. That's it,
Yeah. I
you
think
know?
it's also in the spiritual realm when everything blew up so much on TikTok, like, there were so many people that created livelihoods out of spirituality that they didn't have previously. I
Yeah,
feel like people seeing the success of that and wanting to latch onto it, it kind of reminds me or it kind of gives charlatan for a lot of people,
for
like
a lot of
those
people.
kind of gimmicky hooks and stuff. And I feel like relying on the basics and relying on what you know and what is true and your experience with it is what's going to give you longevity because
Yeah.
they might hook people with the sensationalism, but if there's no like meat to what they're telling you, people will come back.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
We've had mutuals that have blown up online and couldn't sustain the business because they
Yeah.
can't, grow it. They can't, what's that called?
It was like is unsustainable. They
It's
couldn't
unsustainable, but you have to like, what is it when you like
they couldn't scale.
scale? They couldn't
Yeah.
scale. Yeah, because it gets so big.
Hmm.
And so that's a big thing. But also, like, for me, like when I went on that content creators retreat, they couldn't, like, it was like mind blowing to them that I had more in person clients than online clients. Like, and I think that's a big thing is like when you are an online content creator, you have no in person. Like, if you don't have in person clients, you kind of lose the in person skills, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I have a tarot office. Like, people come and see me in real life. I go work at psychic fairs where I see 50 people in a day. Like,
Yeah.
that's that's how the industry used to be. So it's
Hmm.
weird to try to go online and be like, why do I have to throw my cards up and show you too and tell you this is the message for you? Like,
Yeah.
I don't I don't want to
It
do
doesn't
that.
vibe.
That's
Yeah.
not fun. I'm trying so yeah. Anyways, my resolution is to have more fun in 2024 and to be more authentically myself, which can be cringe to some people. I don't give a fuck. To
I'm so fucking proud right now.
thank you. Yeah. To slow down and stop rushing. I have found recently when I did my retreat and I'm like journaling now, of course, we know we're both journal girlies now. I like rush for no reason with everything I'm doing. Why?
Is it because is it time blindness? Like, are you?
No. It's like I could be driving to get
Huh,
a coffee and I'm like, you gotta get that, you gotta rut, you gotta go. Like vibe, girl, vibe. Why are you rushing? You're going to get a
yeah.
coffee. I
Huh.
mean, not lately, but I used to go get a coffee, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Bastards.
it's okay.
K- Yep.
Um,
No,
to rest more,
I feel like both of those, that and resting more, it's capitalism. You're
capitalism,
deconstructing internalized capitalism for
a
sure.
1,000%, 1,000%. To stay in therapy in
Yep.
2024 and also add some medication because I got the ads, as we know.
It's about damn time.
It's about that time.
Also,
I don't
fuck
know why I'm like,
Lizzo, but
that that's the clip,
me with the
right?
antidepressants.
Yes. Just fucking popping bottles, but they're pill
Yeah.
bottles. Could you imagine?
Love
30s
it.
versus 20s. Just
Oh my God.
yes.
Same. I definitely
Yes.
there used to be an old picture of me with 2 bottles in my 20s, like, and it is like, if I did it this time around, it would be all my medications and my pill organizer.
Can you please take a picture of that and make it into a meme? I feel like it would go absolutely fucking viral.
I'll see if I can still find it because I did
Okay.
purge a lot of those, like, right around the time I graduated. Because I was like, "Oh, my employers can't see me have fun, never mind that
Oh
I
my
have my
god.
privacy settings."
Right. My god. And then to say no more often is like my last resolution of 2024. I am trying to get out of the people pleasing mindset.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to be like, no, that doesn't work for me. Let's find a time that does. Or no, I can't do that, but I can do this. Or even saying like in a session, being like, hey, like I have a hard stop at an hour. I have another client or and not even giving a reason, just be like,
Yeah.
I have to hard stop in an hour,
Yeah.
at 12. Something like that. Like having these personal boundaries and saying like no and not feeling like that's a bad thing. Luckily, Taylor, has been incredible. Like a lot of this comes from working there because Taylor would be like, hey, you can say no. And
Love
I'm like,
that.
okay. Like they all went out one night and she invited me and I had that was fresh hernia time. And I really wanted to go out with the girls, and
Mhm.
she was like, "Hey, we're going out. Just so you know, you can say no and we're still going to continue to invite you to things and we still like you." And I was like,
Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice. Like, how do people not just fall in love with you everywhere you go? Like, oh my God. Like,
Right?
it was amazing. It was amazing. So being in a safe space to be able to say no has like made me be like, you know what? I'm gonna say no to more people. If I don't want to do it,
Yes.
I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. That just like it gets my fucking gizzard, dude. Like I am so happy.
We have got to start writing down your sayings. That gets my gizzard. That's one. It's so good. It's so good, Haley.
Thank
Oh
you.
my god. Big busty MILFs is one, and gets my gizzard is another. So fucking good.
I'm honored that you enjoy these. I hope that the listeners do too.
I'm sure they do. I enjoy you in general, just all of it. I'll just take it all and love it.
And I don't have to do anything to deserve this love.
You don't. Isn't that weird? Weird, right?
I love it because I give it right back to you.
You do.
Cannot
Okay.
wait. Cannot wait to hug you
Oh my
whenever I see you
god.
next.
Just it's over.
Yep.
It's over. Okay. And this episode is over. Where can they find us? I know.
Crying. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch at plus size section. Because I'm just a baby. Just a baby. On TikTok at the plus size section. If you're also a baby, ask your mom for permission to email us at the plus size section at gmail.com and send us stories. You can also give us a little rating and review. We can keep talking about Sam's eyelashes.
Mhm.
They're a little wild, but they calm down.
We know you guys are babies, so you don't have any money. We don't want your money. We just want your review.
Exactly. We just want your reviews and your regular views and your friends' views. So share this
Mm.
with us, or share us with them. Share everything is what I'm trying to say.
Sh-
Sharing is caring.
That's how you look so intense. Like sharing is care. That's how I felt.
Like the Bernie Sanders meme. It's like I'm no longer asking.
Yes.
That's me.
Share. Share. Okay. Bye. I love you.
Bye, y'all.